The following is a presentation of the THWF Network.
A recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Wrestlemania Special here on the THWF Network. I am your host. My name is Cedric Lynum, and I am a THWF, a true hardcore wrestling fan. And to those of you who are not familiar with us, we are a Facebook community that prides ourselves on being an elite group of wrestling enthusiasts. Check us out today on Facebook. Just type in True Hardcore Wrestling Fans. We're currently at over 700 members. If you're out there on social media, you can give us a follow on the Twitter machine and on Instagram, THWF_FB. That's THWF_FB. On today's show, I have with me Terry Davis, the commissioner of our THWF Midwest, and Mr. Van Robbins, the promoter of THWF San Antonio. We're just talking about Wrestlemania Weekend, the evolution of Wrestlemania Weekend, and things of that sort. Unfortunately, the first 9 minutes of the show was lost due to technical difficulty, but we're going to pick up the show with Van talking about his experiences with some of the wrestlers in the hotel. So without further ado, let's get with the show.
To stay at the hotel where RVD was at, Tommy Dreamer was at, Jeff Jarrett, Shane Douglas, guys of that nature. I was able to stay at their hotel and able to actually party with those guys as well because they blocked off a nice room for the wrestlers, and then a certain guys, pretty much the term we use is marking out. The guys that weren't marking out, going crazy, hey, can I get a picture? They actually welcomed us into the room and able to have a couple drinks and just a couple appetizers and just hang out with the guys. So I'd say WrestleMania 31 was probably the best time that I had. And in my opinion, that's when I noticed that these other wrestling organizations, independent organizations, they really stepped their game up and had shows to take advantage of the fans that were coming to this event across the world.
Definitely. Now, you said that you are going to WrestleMania this year. So
yes.
So outside of WrestleMania,
yes.
anything WWE, which event are you most looking forward to doing?
To be honest, I'm going to sound extremely biased right now, but Wrestle Circus.
Okay.
The Midnight After Mania show, I'm extremely looking forward to that. Everybody knows I'm a Hallmark, so of course going to WrestleCon to meet my guy Scott Hall once again, and then Kevin Nash is actually having a party on Saturday night, and after NXT, I do plan to go support Kevin Nash and possibly meet a few people that'll be there. I know ODB will be there, Billy Gunn will be there, Mean Gene Okerlund will be there, just Al Snow will be there, just a few guys that I grew up watching and hearing on TV, they'll be there. So price of admission isn't bad either. I believe it's only $30 to get in, but just seeing all the wrestling fans come together. There's a couple access meet and greets at different stores that I'm looking forward to trying to go to. But overall, man, WrestleCon is probably, outside of WrestleMania, WrestleCon is probably my favorite event because you get to see so many people from our childhood. We all pretty much grew up in the same era, and we have knowledge of that era, 80s and 90s and early 2000s of that era. So just seeing these guys face to face, being able to talk to them, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to the most.
Definitely. Do you think you'll be able to make the Hall of Fame?
Yes. Actually, since I am road tripping this year, I will get into Orlando. GPS estimated time of arrival says about 1 o'clock, so plan is to go check in my hotel, kind of change clothes, relax.
A road trip, how long of a trip is that going to be?
Well, total for me, it's looking like 15 hours because on top of one of our other members, Shaston Marks, we're going to pick him up on the way, which he lives right off the highway, so it's not going out the way or anything, but one of our members, Shaston, he's going to go with us, and Diamante, we're going together as well. So it's looking like about a 15-hour trip. Plan is to leave tomorrow about 3 o'clock to head that way to Houston, and I should be there by between noon and 1 o'clock.
Good deal. So you will be at the Hall of Fame?
Yes, I will be at the Hall of Fame.
And let's talk about the Hall of Fame, headlined by the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. How awesome is that? Kurt Angle coming back home. Terry, what are your thoughts on this one?
He sucks. Yo, I might. I still remember, Kurt Angle, man, when he first started, man, with WWE and everything. I was so hype on him because he picked up on everything so quick, and then he left, and he did his stint in TNA. I was so heartbroken when he left because he was just there one week, and the next week he wasn't there. And he did some good stuff in TNA, but that beginning run when he first started off in WWE right there, when he left after that, he was Hall of Fame worthy at that point because he was a Triple Crown champion, just did everything that you can imagine, holding multiple belts at the same time. Me, myself, I'm so excited to see Mr. Angle go in. And I say Mr. Angle because I saw him one day in Pennsylvania, just walking while I was in a casino leaving the TNA show, and I looked over and he was just next to me, and I was like, I froze and was like, Mr. Angle, and just got a picture. So him going into the Hall of Fame, if anybody deserves it, that started in the late 90s, 2000, that I'm okay with going in right now, Kurt Angle is that dude.
Definitely. And just to highlight a couple of the other folks that were going into the Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Express. I'm a true NWA Mid-Atlantic buff, and to see the Rock and Roll Express get this honor, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And they're being inducted into the Hall of Fame by their rival Jim Cornette. That's crazy in itself, because we know that how outspoken Jim Cornette is on the current product in wrestling. So to see him come in and do this inducting into the Rock and Roll Express. And in addition, I hear that he's doing an autograph signing at Access as well. Van, touch on this a little bit.
Like you mentioned, Cedric, he's extremely outspoken on the WWE product, and the fact that they were able to get him in a WWE arena, because I've listened to his shoots on YouTube. I've listened to a couple podcasts that he's been featured on, and I honestly never thought that I'd see him back in WWE. There's another guy that I'm sure you're going to bring up. I won't say his name yet, but the fact that Jim Cornette and this other guy that's going to come up that'll be in the same building, I'm ready to feel that electricity. I think Rock and Roll Express going in, they're well overdue. I think they should have been in by now. I was waiting on them, and then of course Demolition hasn't gone in, but that's a different topic. But I'm very excited, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him induct them. I'm excited.
Yeah, and you did mention another guy. I'll let you go ahead and segue into mention this other guy and the person that he's inducting.
I'm a mark for him too.
Exactly.
Eric Bischoff, man. Like I've been a Bischoff fan forever. I think he's one of the as far as promoters, man. I could throw him up there on Mount Rushmore, because him, with the NWO idea, he definitely changed the game, and that's made me just an NWO. I'll say the term mark for life. I'm NWO for life. And then, of course, as long as you know me, Cedric, I'm a DDP guy as well. Diamond Dallas Page, definitely one of my favorites. He's one of my top 5 favorites, period. And, of course, from WCW as well. And the fact that, what he's brought to the business, starting off wrestling, at 35, winning his first world championship at 42, and then, winning it the way he did. He won it in, I believe it was Fall Brawl 98. He had a fatal at that time it was called a 4 corners match. I believe it was with Sting, Hulk Hogan, and Ric Flair. And for those guys to put him over to win the world championship, and him to be a 3-time champ, I'm very, very excited. And to piggyback on what Terry was talking about with Kurt Angle, real quick, my favorite stint with Kurt Angle, man, when he was battling with Samoa Joe, that's my favorite run in his wrestling, in his professional wrestling era. And then when he won all the TNA World Championships from Samoa Joe, I believe that was Hard Justice 2008, when his wife at the time, Karen, had a huge assist on him winning those world championships, X Division, tag team, heavyweight. I was really excited about that. But to go back to DDP, man, I'm a huge DDP fan. Cedric and I, we were actually at the DDP yoga session, and he's a great guy. He's done a lot for his peers with the DDP yoga. Also, he helped save lives of two of other favorite wrestlers I can call, Jake the Snake Roberts and Scott Hall. He's just an all-around great guy. Definitely. And I'm very happy and honored to say I'll be there to watch him go in as well.
Outstanding. And Terry, I'm gonna leave the last three to you. Teddy Long, Beth Phoenix, and Ravishing Rick Rude. Whenever I see someone grab a microphone, I always think, they can't do it like Ravishing Rick Rude,
Hey, Rick Rude, man, I got so many good memories of him from being in WWF at the time, and when he went over to WCW. This guy here, if it was a first ballot Hall of Famer, I believe Rick Rude should have been in, should go. He's going this year, so it's about time.
Right.
He got the Royal title in WCW, so I'm happy with that. He never got it in WWF, which I feel like that just kind of makes me mad and everything.
Yeah.
Teddy Long, holla holla, player.
Holla holla.
I met the dude when I was in New York, man, at a hog wrestling thing. He's real cool, down to earth, talk to you. Teddy Long, I remember him from being a referee back in the NWA days.
Definitely.
Because I was a big NWA fan, and then he also was the manager of Doom.
Yes.
With Doom back at that time, bruh.
Yeah.
Doom was my team, so I'm happy he finally get the nod that he even his years as SmackDown GM. And Beth Phoenix, she's done a lot. I just feel like it's too soon, and there was a lot of other women who was more deserving. But I'm happy that she's going. But I just feel like it was a little too soon for her. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Glamazon's going in, can't complain on it. I'm happy to see her go. And hey, it's gonna be a good Hall of Fame class.
Okay. It's a good class.
Okay.
What about you, Cedric? What are your opinions on everybody, the people that are going in?
I'm very excited about it. I'm most excited to see the Rock and Roll Express, the Ravishing Rick Rude. I'm a slave to the 80s. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I really am. So I'm really glad to see them go in this year. Moving on to WWE's next big event of the weekend, NXT TakeOver Orlando.
Yes.
I see 4 matches on the card. One of them is Andrade Cien Almas going against Aleister Black. We got the tag team championship match, the women's championship match, and of course the NXT championship. Terry, where do you think? How would you rate this NXT Takeover card versus the one that they did last year? Because I know last year that the NXT stepped their game up and they did a takeover, and the one that they did last year in Dallas literally stole the show from the main card. Do you think this year's show has that potential? Sorry to put you on the spot, but
with NXT having people getting picked from it and everything, now don't get me wrong, the stars in NXT is good, but if you're trying to compare to last year, that match with Sami Zayn and Nakamura, man, it blew my mind so much that I watched it like I was there. I left from there, went back to my uncle's house, watched it there, woke up the next morning, watched it again.
Wow.
Just looking at the card myself, I got high hopes for it, but better than last year, I don't know. But NXT always steps its game up. I think the triple threat match, tag team match, that's gonna steal the show.
Okay.
Rude and Nakamura, they got good chemistry, and Ember and Azuka, they've been doing their little stint down in Florida, but we haven't seen it live on TV. So I'm waiting to see that.
Okay, definitely. Van, any other feedback on TakeOver?
On TakeOver, man, Terry and I, man, we're long lost brothers, man. We got some DNA together because we always pretty much agree on everything. I think everything he just said, man. I feel like if I gave my opinion, I'd be repeating what the Globetrotter said himself. I'm excited to see Rude and Nakamura again. Cedric, we were able to see that. Terry, were you able to? You went to NXT, right?
No, I didn't go to NXT.
You didn't. Okay. Yeah. Cedric and I.
It's the one in San Antonio, right?
Yeah. San Antonio. Yeah, for Royal Rumble weekend. Cedric and I, we were just at the edge of our seats with Rude and Nakamura. I know we're not doing predictions yet, but I'm excited for that match, that main event match. And then, of course, Cedric knows I'm a Revival guy myself, so I'm definitely looking forward to that triple threat tag team match for the belts. That's gonna be. I think that match is probably gonna set it off. That's gonna steal the show. That'll probably be the match of the night on that particular card.
Okay, good deal. And that brings us to spectacle that is the Ultimate Thrill Ride is what they're calling it this year. WrestleMania 33. I hear they're putting in a roller coaster.
Yeah, I heard that too, man. I'm excited to see how that's going to work.
I just saw pictures of it online.
Okay.
It's crazy.
It's amazing that every year they continue to step up the production value. Last year the spectacle was setting the WrestleMania record, which they did. This year they're going production just a little bit more because they have been there before. And when I went to WrestleMania 24, that was a good setup. Highlighted by Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair in the retirement match. That was awesome. That whole scene was just mind blowing. But this year, 13 matches to include the pre-show.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes.
With that said, then the main show starting at 7:00, and they have 13 matches. Do you all think that this is overkill?
I'll go ahead and go first. I do not think it's overkill. Reason why is because this is the biggest event of the year. I mean, we have people traveling from all over the world, spending thousands and thousands of dollars. And the fact that this type of event only happens once a year, this event is going to carry 90,000 plus people. I think it gives the people that are traveling their money's worth, and of course, the WWE Network is a steal within itself. I think it's great. I don't mind it only because it happens once a year. This type of crowd, as far as like the as many people as going to be there, and the fact that it's as many matches as they're having. This is the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup, the World Series of wrestling. This is what everybody's coming here for. All the other events that are going on, all the other shows that are going on. Sunday at 5:00, this is what everybody is really here for. So the fact that they're bringing everybody out to put on a show, my personal opinion, I do not think it's overkill.
Okay. Terry, you feel about the same?
We finally disagree. What, Terry?
I heard you say there's no other event like it. So I came to San Antonio for Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
How long was the Rumble?
Rumble was three and a half with the pre-show.
3.5 with the pre-show? No, sir.
Yeah.
No, it was
4.
Yeah, it was about 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so they start at 5, you go to 11, you know what I'm saying? If you there, hey, if I was going to WrestleMania, I'll be just like you. Like, yes, I'm in for it. And we here. This is what I came for. But just being at home and looking at everything from 5 to 11, and this is why I got to start back going again next year. I can't see myself giving them that full 6 hours of watching the show. I'm not going to watch the pre-show, which I only want to see on the pre-show is Neville and
Austin Aries.
Yeah. So I'll probably start in about 6:30.
Okay.
Now, everything after that, I'm cool. But what I've noticed about those pre-shows, man, you get like an hour and a half of them just going back over what's been leading up to everything during the whole WrestleMania season. So that right there, that's a little overkill for me. But other than that, I'm cool with the 13 matches.
And on top of that, not only are they going over it in the pre-show, before every match they're going over it.
Yes, the same thing they play on the pre-show, they play before the matches.
I truly believe that is overkill.
Yes,
that's overkill. So with that said, with WrestleMania itself, Terry, what match are you looking forward to the most?
All right,
all right, Terry. Let's see what you got. Let's see. I know you got a lot going in your head, man. I want to hear this one.
I'm still waiting on Orton and Bray.
Okay.
Because I feel Bray needs it, and Orton's my overall low key, straight up. Orton's my dude. I met him like 4 years ago. He was real cool. He talked to me and my son for like 15 minutes, and we continue to talk every now and then. So I'm really looking forward to that match because Orton, you know what I'm saying, he's there and he's gonna give you a good match. Bray, he needs it, and all this new stuff they doing, especially with SmackDown last night. But low key, just between us, don't tell too many people. I'm gonna tell y'all this: that Cena and Nikki and Maurice and Miz. No, only because of the verbal exchange that they had. I'm not like, oh, this match is gonna be great. Yeah. But the verbal exchange made me invested.
Exactly. And Van knows this phrase. Van knows this phrase with me. I'm sold on that.
Yes,
I'm sold. I'm sold on that match. I'm emotionally invested in what happens in that match. I really am.
I won't say that. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Terry, let me say this real quick, man.
It's not gonna be a 5-star classic by no means, but the going back and forth. The work shoot that they worked for over the last month, I'm emotionally invested in it.
Yeah, I'm not giving them no type of stars on the match. I'm just saying the back and forth for the talking.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That's what got me wanting to watch the match.
Exactly.
2 thumbs down.
Well, I guess since Terry and I have the same thought process, let me change it up. Okay. Because I was gonna say Orton and Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
So. And I was going to say the reason why I was going to pick the Nikki Bella and Cena versus Maurice and Miz was because I feel that match has been pushed the most. That's the one that's gotten the most attention. But since Terry already said that,
okay,
I'm going to go with, I'm a Seth Rollins guy. I'm going Seth Rollins and Triple H as the one I'm non-sanctioned. That's the one that I'm looking forward to the most. Since Terry, you stole my answers, but no, since Terry gave great feedback, and once again, he and I have the same opinions on a lot of things. So everything that you said, Terry, you definitely hit the hammer right on the head with that one, man. And then Triple H and Seth. I think this match has been ever since Kevin Owens won the Universal Championship in August, when he won it in August, I'm sorry, and then, Triple H screwing him over. We knew that this was going to be the build-up. The fact that when Seth Rollins got hurt again, I was like, man, I hope that he's able to not, be at WrestleMania, not miss 2 in a row. I'm looking forward to that match, non-sanctioned. I'm looking forward to see what kind of entrance that Triple H is going to have. Because, every year he has an excellent entrance. And then I'm looking for little things. Like when Shawn Michaels and Triple H, SummerSlam 02, and they had the non-sanctioned match. Shawn Michaels comes out in the jeans, and the wife beater eventually comes out. I'm looking forward to seeing what type of ring attire that those two wear for that match. And then, honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the 6-pack challenge with the women on SmackDown. I think that match, it's very unpredictable. It can go any kind of way. I'm looking forward. I like Alexa Bliss as champion. I'll get into my prediction when that time comes, but I'm looking forward to that 6-pack challenge for the women on SmackDown.
All right. With that said, you both have told me what you're looking forward to. Which match are you not looking forward to?
Oh, Terry, go for it, man. Let's see what my boy got to say.
If we consider it a match, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, man. The last 2 years they done had it, man. They ain't did nothing really with the winner. Well, no, let me stop. They haven't did anything with the winners. Well, the last 3 years. Cesaro won the first time. We saw what that happened. He had Paul Heyman. They talked about Brock Lesnar the whole time. Then it was Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Baron Corbin last year. I mean, now he's going for the IC title. But, I mean, they don't really do with
it took a whole year, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So they don't really do nothing with the person who wins that battle royal. So truthfully, I could care less.
Okay.
I am not looking forward to. Oh man, that's tough, man. I would say Undertaker, Roman Reigns. I'm not. I really, 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 really hope that that Roman Reigns does not win. I mean, we all know Roman Reigns is going to get booed out the building, but if he does beat Undertaker, there will probably be a riot, and I want to be safe, and I don't want to be involved in that riot.
Of course.
I think that Roman is going to carry that match. Obviously, Undertaker's an older guy, age 51 now. He's older. Or he just turned 52, I believe.
Oh, he can't wrestle. How is he going to carry a match?
True. That's true.
That's what people say. I'm not saying
that's true. That's true. That's true. But I'd say that match, and I think that with the talent and as amazing and as phenomenal, I'll use that word, as AJ Styles is, I think he's being wasted going against Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
There's no type of stipulation for this match. There's no, there's no if you lose, this is going to happen, or it's not a no-holds-barred match or Hell in a Cell, even a cage match. With all the physical beatdowns that both men have taken leading up to this point, I don't see why not throw him in a cage. I don't see why not make it as some type of stipulation match. But with as great as AJ is and as ways he's carried the company, with appearances and carrying SmackDown, being one of the main reasons why I watch SmackDown Live, I don't think that him and Shane McMahon should happen. So I'm not looking forward to that match. I'm looking forward to seeing those two guys. I've always loved Shane McMahon. I've always loved him since Mean Street Posse days, and I love AJ Styles. He's one of my favorite wrestlers ever. But I'm not looking forward to seeing those two in a match.
Yeah, but I will say this about AJ Styles. I guarantee you, he's going to get the biggest payday of his wrestling career this coming Sunday.
Yeah. I agree.
I guarantee you that.
I agree.
I already said I'm definitely investing into Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice. I'm looking forward to seeing Maurice back in the ring again after 5-6 years. I'm looking forward to that, and I'll go along with Terry with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I understand, like, this is the way to get all the talent on the card. I respect that, but they really need to push that winner for this match to have any kind of legitimacy. Or say, I'm in it. I'm in it. And this is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's
maybe of course, like with Money in the Bank, and which I'm interested in seeing. Maybe this for Andre the Giant Battle Royal, maybe the winner can pick a title shot of their choosing and choose a stipulation.
Yeah,
let's say you have
something. Make it
let's say a cruiserweight wins. I want a cruiserweight title shot in a ladder match, or if a mid-carder wins, I want a U.S. title match. Okay. I want a intercontinental title match, because most of those guys are mid-carder, lower level card guys anyway. So just make it something, because like Terry said, they haven't done anything with it. I think the worst one was when Big Show won it, and at 31, they did absolutely nothing with him after that win. So I'm with you guys. I'm on your team definitely with that one. Okay. They need to do something with the winner.
Okay, and with that said, we've come to the predictions portion of our show this evening. Now, I've reached out to our panel before coming on. They already have their predictions in all the matches except 5. Terry and Van they see the eye to eye on. Both both of them chose Naomi.
That's my boy, man.
Yeah, both of them chose Naomi to win the SmackDown Women's title. Both of them picked Strowman to win the Battle Royal. Both of them picked Baron Corbin to win the Intercontinental title. Both of them picked John Cena and Nikki Bella to win. Both of them picked Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, The Undertaker, and they also chose Brock Lesnar to win the WWE Universal title, which, by the way, is also a match I'm not looking forward to seeing.
Yes. Agreed.
Okay.
We're 3 for 3 on that one. Agreed.
Okay. All right. So this is how it's going to work. There's five matches that I asked your prediction on. You will get awarded for three of them. I'm going to use two of them as a tiebreaker. The matches that we're going to use is the Cruiserweight Championship match, Austin Aries versus Neville. We'll start off with Trey on this one.
Who did I pick? I didn't. Okay, this is
go ahead and clarify it. Go ahead and clarify it.
It's a disclaimer. I didn't make any of these predictions because I don't pick the matches ever in life. For me, wrestling is to be enjoyed, not deconstructed. So I just enjoy it. So my son picked these.
Okay.
So when I say who did I pick, me and my son usually on my same wavelength.
Okay.
So that's why I'm wondering which one he chose.
Okay.
I wrote them down.
Yeah.
But I think we went with Neville.
Yeah, you did, and Van went with Austin Aries.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Here's why I went with Neville. Only because of this. The Cruiserweight title has been going back and forth. It's already been like 5 Cruiserweight champions. I understand Austin Aries, this is his first shot at it, and it's at WrestleMania. I just don't see the E giving him the title at Mania. Maybe letting Neville just win the belt and then going to like a different show or another pay-per-view where he'll take it away. But I just don't see his first title, his first Mania, his first title shot that the E would give him the belt. Now, his mic skills and everything is on point. He's an A1 superstar. But just knowing WWE, I feel like you let Neville win, you keep building him up, and then Aries knock him off because Aries is the baby face, and I like the way he's chasing it right now.
Okay, good deal. Van, rebuttal?
My rebuttal to that is the fact that, Terry, you made an excellent point, with them, you don't feel that they're going to give it to him at Mania. My prediction is that Aries does win it, but what's the pay-per-view after? Is it going to be Extreme Rules? Is it going to be Raw does Extreme Rules? I think that's a pay-per-view after Mania.
Yeah.
I think that Neville will get the belt. He'll win the belt right back. Immediately. Just, something that like last year with the IC, but I don't think he'll win it the next night on Raw. But I think that Austin Aries, he's paid his dues to get to this point finally. He's being age 39. He's 39, believe it or not. Now, I think that them putting him in that match, because they could have did so much with the Cruiserweights. They could have did it a triple threat, fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way. They could have did so much, made it or the traditional ladder match that Mania has been having every year now. The fact that they put Austin Aries versus Neville, I think Neville, even though we know Aries, he's over. He's over for us, like putting him over. I think Neville puts him over even more. And I think Aries, with his arrogant, even though he's a babyface, that arrogance that we like as actual wrestling fans, heel or face, the arrogance that we like, he carries the title. And then at the next pay-per-view, they put him back in a rematch and then Neville wins it back. Okay. When I made that prediction, that was what I had going into it. But Terry did make great points that kind of, swayed my opinion about it as well.
Okay. The next match you all will be graded on is for the WWE Championship, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Van, you went with Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I went with Bray Wyatt because, like Terry also said, he needs it. I think Orton's job the last 3 years has been to put talent over. He put Seth Rollins over. He put Roman Reigns over. He's put Bray Wyatt over in the past. I think he is the guy that the Big Show was when he was putting over Daniel Bryan, when he was putting over Sheamus, when he was helping put over Roman Reigns. I think Orton is at a stage now as a 12-time champion that he doesn't need the title to be a main event draw. I think if Randy Orton does win it, it'll be at another pay-per-view. I guess Payback will be the pay-per-view that SmackDown does. But I think Bray Wyatt, this will be his moment that we've been waiting for since 2013 when he debuted as Bray Wyatt, when he went against Kane in that Ring of Fire match at SummerSlam. I think that this is Bray Wyatt's time to shine. I think he will retain.
Okay, and Trey, your son picked Orton.
Yeah, pick Orton. You know, if I go back to our first podcast, we had said, I actually said everything that Van just said about Bray needing to win. But we going with Randy Orton just because Randy's that dude, and I feel like the year that he's had, it's only been, I think, maybe Edge who's won the Rumble and hasn't won the title at Mania.
Okay.
So even though I feel like if Orton takes the title from it, they may try to do something with Bray because they both kind of heelish right now. So I think you'll have Orton win the title, but then he'll lose it right back at the next pay-per-view, just like Van was saying for the Cruiserweight thing. So that's why we're going with Orton.
Okay. I think Batista is also on that list because he was in that triple threat with Orton.
Yeah,
and, because he won the Rumble. But yeah, I think those are the only two that haven't won it that I could think of.
Yep. You show right.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels back in the day.
Oh, 95?
WrestleMania 11. WrestleMania 11.
11. Okay, that was LT and Bam Bam's main event. That terrible.
Yeah.
That's another topic.
That's a show for another day. And the last one y'all gonna be graded on is the Raw Women's Championship. And Terry, you and your son are going with Bayley.
little man.
Yeah.
Your son's about that hug life, huh?
I won't lie to you. He doesn't really like Bayley, but he picked her because of everything they've been doing with her. Okay. Him and Sasha Banks hold the same birthday. But if I was to look at Bayley, the way that they trying to push her right now, even though I'm so over her speeches and everything, the same thing every week, and they need to do more with her character, I just, for some reason, I don't see them taking that title off of her yet.
Okay.
With everything they done.
Okay.
But, I mean, so reluctantly, I'm saying Bayley.
Okay, and Van, you're going with Nia Jax.
Yes.
Here it is.
I'm going with Nia Jax because, I mean, every Charlotte, that she's over. Bayley's over. Sasha Banks is over. I think this is going to be Nia Jax's time to dominate the women's. We haven't had the last dominant women's wrestler I can think of was Awesome Kong. We haven't had a dominant women's wrestler, and I think if she does win the title, I think she's going to hold it for a while, and it gives them a little leg room to work with, to the fact that they can start a Sasha Banks. They could start a Sasha Banks-Bayley feud. I think Sasha will probably try to cost Bayley the championship and just kind of walk out or do something. I think Charlotte's there just as a 4-time champ, just to kind of help put them over. But I think this is going to be Nia Jax's night, and I think she's going to be champion for a while. I think they're going to make life hard on Bayley. She is the babyface. She's, in my opinion, like how Daniel Bryan was in 2014 when WWE was making his life all hell. Excuse my language, but they was making his life rough. But he was still the babyface. He was still, everybody wanted to be like him. I don't think Bayley needs the championship to be relevant. I am glad she did get a title run, but I think this is now Nia Jax's time, and I think her as champion, they can make more matches and they can do more with them. And then imagine if they did, Nia Jax and Sasha Banks. What if they were, to join up together and be, a heel, not a faction or a tag team, but just have, random tag matches together. Or Nia Jax and Charlotte. There's so much you can do with Charlotte. Charlotte can go either way. She's a heel, but she could go against other heels or she could go against other baby faces. Yeah. And I think it can set up some classic matches between Charlotte and Nia Jax.
Definitely.
So that's why I'm rocking with Nia Jax.
Okay. And in case, in the event that you all are tied after those three predictions, the fourth match you all will be graded on. I don't need no explanation on it. Is the Raw Tag Team title match. Terry, you're going with Anderson and Gallows, and Van, you're going with Enzo and Big Cass.
Yeah.
And the fifth match, in case we still tied up, is the NXT Tag Team title match, in which Terry, you're going with DIY, and Van, you're going with the Revival. Okay, yeah. So that wraps that up. And oh, by the way, whoever wins this prediction will be crowned the inaugural THWF Network champion.
Oh, nice.
So
what? I can get 2 belts?
Nice. I'm looking for my first world title, my first THWF.
You guys heard it here first. So it will be announced Monday morning. Who the THWF Network champion is, and that person will come back on the next pay-per-view podcast, on the next pay-per-view show, and defend that title against somebody else, and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Okay, last thoughts, Van. You're going to be down in the mix of things in Orlando. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready. I'm actually ready, man. To be honest with you, the two things, besides the events themselves, but the two things I'm looking forward to the most is meeting, so many wrestling fans from across the world. I've sat next to guys from many, many different countries, cities, and states. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking forward to meeting more of the THWF family. Exactly. I had the pleasure in January of meeting my boy Terry, my brother right there. We hit it off real well. I cracked a couple jokes on him, a couple jokes about other members of the group to, break him in down here and welcome him here. And I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of people, other members from other territories. And I'll definitely represent, our territory, as a promoter. And my goal is to also bring in more members. I'm going to be working while I'm down there too, to bring in more members from other areas. And that's the main thing I'm looking forward to.
Outstanding, because I think we got over 25 members from our group alone. That's going to be caravanning to Orlando, and two from overseas. So that is definitely huge. So
yes.
I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the pics within the group of our meet and greets with each other. Terry, any last words?
Last words, man. Everybody enjoy WrestleMania. Van, you go down there, do your thing. Even though we going for this network title, I think me and you, Van, can go after the tag team titles in a team. That's here.
But I think so too.
Yeah, that's another story and another time, gentlemen. I thank you for your time.
Okay, that was another great show. I want to definitely thank Terry and Van for stopping by, giving their input on WrestleMania. I thank everybody for tuning in to this latest edition to the THWF Network. I hope you enjoyed our WrestleMania special. Just a reminder, you can find us, True Hardcore Wrestling Fans, on Facebook. Just type in True Hardcore Wrestling Fans. And if you want to follow us on our social medias, THWF_FB on the Twitter machine, and on Instagram, that's THWF_FB. Okay, until next time, my name is Cedric Lynum, and I am a true hardcore wrestling fan.